Good evening, folks, and welcome to the War Party Paranormal Radio Show, where we will discuss all things paranormal. Hear firsthand eyewitness accounts from fellow team members and special guests. Now, for lead investigator and your host, Eric Vanderlaan, and co-host, Michael Del Toro.
What's up, my paranormal people? We got another episode tonight, and I'm Eric Vanderlaan. I am your host of War Party Paranormal Radio Show and the team leader of War Party Paranormal Research. And this way, I have...
Good evening, everybody. This is Mike. I'm tech specialist and investigator with War Party Paranormal. And we got a pretty interesting show for you guys this afternoon. And I'll let Eric tell you what it's about.
So we got a real good show tonight. It's at one of the most haunted locations in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's one of the places where we do events there regularly. So we've been there, I don't know how many times, Mike, maybe like 20 times.
Yeah, I can't even count.
And we got, within like a short period of time, maybe like it's been like 2 years, maybe less than that. So we've investigated that place quite a bit.
And it never disappoints.
No, it never does. And this location is called History Fort Lauderdale. It's a museum. And there's 3 buildings there, historical buildings that all have, rich Fort Lauderdale history in it. And they're also haunted. The main building is the New River Inn, which is a hotel. It was built in 1907. It was the first luxury hotel in downtown Fort Lauderdale, right near the railroad tracks. And what they get there is they get a train conductor, an apparition of a train conductor that haunts the place. Mr. Bryant, he's the guy, I can't remember. Was it P.W. Bryant?
Something of that nature. Yeah, I forget exactly. But yeah, he was the original founder.
Yep, and he built the place, died there, and they say he haunts the place.
There's also reports of a young girl, one of Miss Ivy's students.
Right, and I believe she was connected to the Cromartie family, which they were the pioneers of Fort Lauderdale.
There's a lot of history there.
Yeah, and right next to the New River Inn is the King-Cromartie House. It's a pioneer home built in around that time as well. It was actually located on the other side of the river because it sits along the river, the New River in downtown Fort Lauderdale. And the museum saved the house and moved it on a barge and rebuilt it right next to the New River Inn. And supposedly one of the girls died of yellow fever in there.
Also, it's tied to some of the Stranahans as well, which and that house is on the New River as well, just down the ways a little bit.
Oh, yeah. All downtown Fort Lauderdale's pretty much haunted.
And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people go, what? Florida haunted? Fort Lauderdale? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you remember a little bit of Florida history, the Seminole Indian Wars, there was a lot of bloodshed in downtown Fort Lauderdale.
Like Cooley's
Massacre. But that's like a whole other story. So I don't want to waste any time because we got a lot of stuff to show you. And I'm going to start out with an intro of History Fort Lauderdale, just so you all can get a better perspective of it and get an idea. And then what we're going to do is there's actually 3 buildings there. The third one is also the 1899 replica schoolhouse. We didn't investigate that last night, but what our focus was, and we're talking about last Saturday night because we did a live YouTube. I don't know if anyone's here that saw that. If you were, you can shout out some questions and we'll pop them up here and try to answer them for you. But we split up in teams and we actually had an event as well. And we stayed a little bit later, but we investigated the 2 locations, the King-Cromartie House and the New River Inn. And we got a lot of evidence and we're going to show evidence from the past. And then at the end of the night, we're going to try to figure out who thinks which one's is the most haunted. Sounds good?
Awesome.
All right, so let's get started with the intro. And Or is it? All right, let's roll.
No, we don't talk it over. So many things that I want to say. You know I like my girls a little bit.
We are on the top floor of the New River Inn at History Fort Lauderdale, one of 3 buildings that are haunted. And this was the first luxury hotel that was built in Fort Lauderdale back in, I believe, 1907. And a girl by the name of Lulu that died of yellow fever haunts this place in the Cromartie House next door. And people seeing apparitions of Mr. Bryant. He built this place and died here. But it feels really weird right now, so I'm going to do an EVP session.
Yeah, guys, we were setting up a camera up here, and both me and Eric started feeling like a little strange. Like
What's the craziest thing that's happened here in the New River Inn, this building?
In this room, actually in particular, I always get responses. I don't know if it's some ladies. This used to be like a women's club here. So I don't know if the ladies are always talking to me. I like to sit here by myself, and the REM pod always gets answered with me in here.
Oh, really? You got my lady right here. She always freaks us out when we walk in here. Every time.
Every time.
Little tribute there to one of our guests.
Yeah, check out Modern Mimes. That was the music there from them. They're great. Ernesto's investigates with us all the time. He's actually here tonight. Yeah. So check that out for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I don't know if who's on here that watched our live on Saturday, but we had a pretty active night. Unfortunately,
Really
during
active.
our live, it wasn't like as active as it was like in the other locations, but we got some good stuff to show you guys. So what we're going to do is, I was talking about, we investigated 2 buildings, the King-Cromartie House and the New River Inn, and we're going to talk about those 2 locations. So we're going to start off with the Cromartie House and show you some evidence that we got from last Saturday night, and also some evidence we got there in the past. You want to bring up our peeps?
Yeah, let's do it.
All
So
right, cool.
I was just talking about Ernesto. We're going to bring him in. Ernesto, what's up, my man?
What's up?
How's it going?
Good.
Thanks for having me again, guys. We had a great investigation a couple days ago.
Yes, sir. Where can people find your music if they want to check it out?
Oh, man, you know what? You can literally just Google Modern Mimes, or just go to modernmimes.com. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. We are on everywhere, man. Instagram, Facebook. We just started a new management today, believe it or not. So we will more than likely be in a lot more places. But yes, just Google Modern Mimes, and it's modern, M-I-M-E-S. You know, like the mimes, the ones that do all this kind of stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, and absolutely. And what's up to everybody in the chat? How's it going? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you guys had a great weekend, and hope you're having a great night today.
Killer. Awesome. So also, let's bring on one of our other guests. We'll get everybody in here, and then we'll dive in. So we also got the vocalist from War Party Paranormal, as you see in the clip.
El Puma.
I was laughing so hard when I saw that.
Can we get an encore for that?
And boom, right there.
I'll close out the show. How's about that?
All right,
Perfect.
okay.
Perfect.
We'll get you warmed up for tonight.
And then, Joe, where can people find you if they want to check out your content?
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Joe Hunscoats.
Easy enough. And also, we had Jenny and Armando investigating with us, and we're going to bring on Armando. Jenny had some prior engagements, but we're going to bring him on. He's going to talk about what we found. Armando, what's up, my man?
What's up, everybody? It's the ugly half of 305 Paranormal, but I'm going to try to hold it down as best as I can. It's a boys show tonight.
All right. And where can they find you?
They can find us 305 Paranormal on our YouTube and as well as on Instagram.
Perfect. So let's dive right in. Eric, what do you want to start off with? You said the King-Cromartie House?
Yeah, let's start off. I mean, guys, that place never lets us down. It's always active. We're always getting stuff in there, right?
Never. That place, every place, every top floor, bottom floor, it doesn't matter.
Well, right off the bat, we were getting stuff, and
who hasn't had their name called out?
Exactly, right.
In that house?
Well, they know us now. We're like friends,
right?
I mean, it's like a love-hate. I mean, there's some that hate us and some that
they
love
still
us.
tell us to get out, but
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, they do worse.
Yeah, definitely.
They tend to curse a little too much sometimes, you know?
Right. Yeah. Well, I didn't have to bleep too much out this time around, so that's good.
That's good.
But yeah, like right off the bat, when like I think that we were like just setting up, like me, Mike, and Ernesto were like up in the third, and like when Mike and I went up there, we just like have felt like a weird ass vibe, right, Mike?
yeah, absolutely. It was like we went up there to set up this is in the New River Inn we're talking about real quick. In the beginning of the intro, you saw us standing up there. We walked upstairs, and that's the area where they have some artists and stuff, so they kind of fence it off at night.
Yeah,
they can't get in there. So I was just kind of putting a tripod through there and let it sit so we can look down the hall and see if we capture anything. And we both kind of started feeling like a heavy feeling, like a little oozy. And we started doing a little EVP session there that was unplanned. But we said, let's do it.
Yep. And like, you haven't reviewed that camera that you had sit there in the hallways. We were hearing noises too.
Yes, we were. And I reviewed a little bit of it, but that's the one thing that is a little tough. We had so much footage that we had to try to go through on the day before the show. So we did the best we could.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the Cromartie House. So the next this clip that I'm going to show you is fresh from last Saturday night. And this was during our event. We had a small group. So I was in the Cromartie House all alone with two of our guests doing an EVP session upstairs. And remember earlier, I was talking about one of the spirits, the little girl Lulu, that hangs around between the Cromartie House and the New River Inn. Well, I got this EVP, and I think it was her. So I'm going to let you guys check it out. So let's roll this one.
Something is
That was
talking.
me.
No. Something's talking when you're talking.
Over her?
Yes.
Yes.
You hear that? You hear that?
I heard a girl's voice. Listen.
Yes. Oh my god! Oh my god!
That was awesome, right?
Oh my god!
Yeah. It was Lulu, baby.
Holy!
I got goosebumps right now.
I know.
Oh my god, that chills me went down my spine.
Can we hear it better? Like her.
Let's put it on the speaker.
Right there.
Wait for the camera. You hear that? Got that question. Right there.
What is she saying?
I know, but it's a female. It's like a girl's voice. Well, got that question. It's almost like a playfulness, right? What is that?
I told you I heard something.
Well, got that question. That was like right off the bat. Like it's the first time.
When you first showed it to me, because I was in the other building when that was going on.
Yeah.
When you first showed it to me, I was like, it blew my mind. Like you can hear it go like beep 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 beep, beep like a little kid like singing or something. It's like clearly there. It's wild.
Yeah. So I gotta send you that audio so you can clean it up. Maybe we can try to make it out what it says.
Oh, absolutely. I think we can make it part of next week's show too, if I can kind of decipher what she's saying and make it sound a little more, presentable, I guess. But I mean, everybody in the chat seems to, hear it pretty well. And it's definitely a little girl's voice. I mean, it's hard not to, validate that. You know what I mean?
And we're not going to talk much about it, but they were getting Lulu in the schoolhouse too that night. And that was weird. Like I'm right next door.
We were, and that's a whole nother episode in its own that we're going to have to do because that was a whole wild session Tim and I had.
Yeah, definitely. But
and
things like
Ernesto.
Yeah. But like upstairs, downstairs, we always get stuff there. It's crazy.
Somebody says I want to hear a ghost fart. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, if anyone gets it, we will, right?
Yeah. Well, eventually we will. They'll get more comfortable with it.
All right. Justin T, what's up? Speaking of farting, this will lead into my next clip.
That's a good
great
segue.
transition.
Yeah.
Great transition.
I can't wait to see what you got.
Okay. No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. It totally relates to it. Here we go.
Oh, that was a long answer. No, you gotta go.
Yeah, I heard that. He said, no, you gotta go. Let me play for the camera real quick. Here, put. Hear that? You guys heard it back there? Do you play again? Want to play again?
That's so cool.
So I asked, I had to pee real bad and said, no, you gotta go.
It was a no.
That's crazy. Come on, like who gets that? Especially when you're in the bathroom. I tried it last night, it didn't work.
The very end to me even sounded like it said, you can't be here.
Oh, yeah. Well, I could have said a number 2. I mean, maybe we got more pissed off. Who knows? I try to be respectful. Right?
Yeah.
So like, for real, like, Mike and Ernesto, you guys didn't hang out at all in the Cromartie house last Saturday.
No, because we actually ended up splitting off because everybody was doing their thing. Everybody kind of just made their own little like groups and just organically split into little groups and started investigating it. And Ernesto and I were just getting so much evidence that we had to just kind of stay where we were at. It was nuts.
Yeah.
Well, Jenny and Armando were in the Cromartie house along with Joe. And Jenny said she saw an apparition of a woman, like, during that period with like the bun up in the hair, top of the head. And you want to talk about that, Ernest?
Yeah. So
Armando?
we when we were walking into the Cromartie house, walking towards the kitchen, that's when Jenny saw the apparition, and Joe pulls up a picture of Ivy, and it looks just like Ivy, is what she was saying. As we were walking to the kitchen as well, Joe was walking behind me, and I hear somebody snap their fingers like that, and I turn around, and I'm like, Joe, why'd you snap your fingers? And he's like, what are you talking about? That wasn't me. And Jenny walking in front of us, she's like, did you hear that? Yeah, that night.
And that's Jenny
really
right
amazing.
there in that comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes. Mentioning that, she just looked very stern, like in her photos, and she had her hair up.
Man.
And she was like super tall, Jenny said. Like she says that she was like 7 feet. Like she was just like big.
And that's what people report seeing in the upstairs window, like walking by the building, as an apparition of a woman in 1900s attire. So that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. So
I know it wasn't last night, but not that long ago, Joe did an Estes method session with me, Eric, and Ernesto there, and we got some really crazy activity as well there. A lot of intelligent responses as well.
Oh, that upstairs room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I got called a D-bag.
Yeah, that's right.
I got called a lot of names up there, man.
Yeah.
And what my feeling about that room is that there's definitely multiple spirits. I can sense that there's a little girl or a little kid, and I think there's like an older man I don't think likes any of us, to be honest with you. Curses a lot.
Probably Bryant.
Get out, typical older man spirit kind of thing,
Yeah, we have a little clip of that too. It kind of messes up at the end there, Eric. So I remember right after it says the name, so I might have to cut it short. But I don't know if you want to play that since we're talking about it.
Yeah, I was leading into the clip right after Jenny saw that woman.
Oh yeah, let's do it
after that.
Oh, Ivy, yes.
Yeah. So here we go.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah, someone wasn't happy at all.
We got that in the kitchen. All four of us were in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys remember, but remember the handle on the drawer? It just kept swinging. Eric even stopped it still.
Right.
And then little by little started swinging faster and faster.
And it's funny because we actually did that before even Eric walked into the kitchen. Like Jenny went up and stopped it, and then it just right after just started doom 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 like back and forth.
That kitchen's hot too.
Yeah, and we look for the air vent. The air vent's actually like above it, but how the grates are, it's aiming to the back.
To the back. Yeah.
It's not aiming down, so there's no way that thing was moving like that with air.
Yeah, definitely. And then like we always get our names called out, like all of us have. So that's where I'm going to go with this next clip. We were doing an Estes session, and El Puma was our guinea pig.
El Puma. Más fuerte.
Más fuerte.
Ernesto.
Ooh, what's up? What do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
What'd you see? The grid?
No, the K2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you guys see that K2 go off? I wasn't looking.
Mike.
Yes.
Damn, all everybody's saying.
Oh, Joe. Yes. Mike, Joe, Ernesto. We got left out.
Yep.
There you go.
So at the end there, when it blacked out, I don't know what happened there, but it actually also said Eric's name, or Joe.
Yeah, definitely. And that same night, remember I left. Wait, you know what? I wanted to play that video real quick because I noticed on the table there was some type of plate moving by itself.
I noticed that too.
I noticed that too, but I mean, who knows? It could have been anything.
No, but then it stopped.
Did it? Wait, let's play it again.
Let's look at that real quick. Yeah. Focus on our right on that table. There's like a little plate.
On Joe's left arm.
Right, Joe's left, our right.
Mm-hmm.
Ernesto.
Ooh, what's up? What do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
What'd you see? The grid?
No. That was you touching something there.
Yeah,
I think we had a cat ball on it for some reason.
Yeah, I grabbed something on there off of there.
Debunked.
All right, so let's go to the EVP that we got. Like I was putting my DR60s in the other room while we were doing the Estes session in that room. So this is what we got here.
Get out of here. I think I pissed him off. So freaking angry.
They are. I
forgot about that part at the end.
Somebody there's so mad.
Yeah,
I know. We just laugh it off, right? I don't take it personally.
Laugh it off as much as we can until they throw some stuff at us.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, but we do.
Feel bad.
Yeah. So, like, we do get our names called there, and I'll never forget the time Armando and I were upstairs in that doll room, and he got his name called out for the first time. The expression on his face was like he saw Santa Claus. It was amazing. I'm gonna play that one too. We're just gonna roll right through here because we got a lot of stuff to show you guys. All right, where is it? Here we go.
Did you see a shadow going down there? No. It went into that room. Hi. That's like a whole second. Hi. Hi. Oh, wow.
You saw a shot. He saw a shadow go in there.
From the chair next to the dress going into that room.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Very first time.
I'm glad to see I saw you lose your virginity that night, getting your name called out. Right?
You just said sounded so bad. I'm glad I saw you lose your virginity that night.
Well, at least I don't have to bleep it out, right?
I don't remember when the first time I got my name called out. I think it was Gold Coast, and I think it was Jake that caught that. And I think I think it was in the Zephyr, if I remember correctly. But
that's when we got Ernie, right?
No, we got Ernesto.
Okay.
We've gotten Ernie.
Yeah, I was there.
Ernie,
I remember it was me, Joe, you, and we were in the segregation cart, and you got your name called out, Ernesto. Yep.
And then an Aerojet as well. So it's crazy, man. Get your name.
Yeah.
Eric gets his called a lot because it's one syllable. And mine too, Mike.
It's like,
it's easy to
Joe.
say. Joe, exactly.
Well, let's play mine. I don't want to be left out. Here we go.
That's funny. I didn't think we were gonna get anything.
All right, we're just gonna play it again. Play it again. Play it again. Play it again. And there,
dude, I don't know what it is, but every time I'm recording on my DR, I always get Eric's name. I don't know why. In Pasadena, in Cromartie, in New River, you name it, I've gotten his name on my DR. Gold Coast.
Yeah, we get Eric even when he's not around. Like Mike and I, we've been in completely different buildings, and we'll get Eric randomly on the DR. or it's the craziest thing.
Yeah, and then I think a couple times we're like, "What do you want with Eric?"
Every time we're like, "What do you want with Eric?" Sometimes, usually they don't say anything, but
right.
Or they say something nasty that I don't want to.
And the one thing about the Cromartie House is a lot of people get touched there. Like Franny's been touched there a couple of times. Joe, have you gotten touched there?
Every time while doing the Estes sessions.
By something
in the dolls
other than
room.
Eric.
I've gotten touched a bunch of times in that place.
Last Saturday night we were touching each other. Everyone will see that.
Yeah. It was kind of sweet though.
Gentle. Be gentle.
Yeah.
I didn't get a free hug though, so I was a little upset about that.
It's all right. I owe you one.
All right. So, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. So, we get a lot of stuff there. We got one video that I was going to show that like just blew our mind away. Too bad we don't have like the full coverage of it. But we were like, make a long story short, we were just finishing up an investigation and we were just hanging out in the parking lot, and in parking lots right next to the Cromartie House. And we're like hanging out there talking BS. And the only person that would be in there would be Dan, the caretaker. And all of a sudden, and then and the lights were out in the house. We were upstairs and when we were done. The lights are off.
No,
so
we check everything.
So we were talking, and all of a sudden, upstairs the light comes on, and I'm like, but Dan's not inside, and here comes Dan coming around, and I'm like, holy crap! And then we're talking for a few minutes, and then it shuts off by itself. And every time I go there, I mess with the switch, I mess with the light bulb, and it's solid. That was pretty freaky, right?
Yeah, that was right after Joe finished the Estes session, and we were going. We were going to pack up, and we were heading out. And Joe wasn't feeling real well after that Estes session.
No, I felt like I had to leave at one point. I grabbed my stuff and I was like, "Hey guys, I got to step outside because I feel like I'm going to throw up if I stay in this room anymore." And I had to go out and clear myself.
Yeah, you were a mess last Saturday night.
Yeah, I was hurting last. That's something like that. That whole area, I don't know what it is. I always get affected really crazy there. Even the first time I did the Estes session there, I had to leave, walk out. I think Scotty had to sage me. I had Carly there, hosing me down with Florida water.
So right after that is when we saw what Eric was just talking about with the light upstairs.
Yeah.
And we didn't have our cameras, obviously, because we were putting our stuff away. So I whipped my phone out of my pocket and I started recording, and then this is what we caught. We were just getting ready to leave. We're at our cars, putting our stuff away. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. We're tired. And Joe and I both saw the light from the house we were investigating turn on upstairs. And the caretaker just walked out, and we asked him if he went upstairs, and he wasn't even in the house. So when we left, we shut that light off. We're packing up, and it just turned on. Joe?
That was pretty wild. Oh, lights off now.
No. Oh, he must have went up there and turned it off.
Dude, that was freaking crazy.
Wasn't him.
And he went to the hotel.
Walk out. We all saw him walk out, and then we all saw him come back after.
Yeah, because it was locked. He was making sure everything was locked up.
Yeah, he had gone to the schoolhouse next door to close. Right. Came around the back of the Cromartie house, which is when the light was already on at that point. He kept walking, and he was saying he was going to the New River Inn to go shut down there.
Yep.
And then the light turned off. So he was not anywhere near that building.
Nobody was in there.
No one.
No. Obviously, the first thing I'm going to think is, oh, somebody turned it off.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, somebody went up there and turned it off. And then they verified that there was nobody in the building and the door was locked.
And it's solid. If you try to mess with the light bulb, because it's just a light bulb. It's not like a lamp. It's a solid light bulb, and it's in there tightly. It's not loose, and the switch is solid too.
Guess what time it is?
What time it is?
Tip of the week time.
Oh snap! Oh,
Timmy.
Bring on the Tim.
So let's
do
it.
All right, let's do our tip of the week. You ready?
Hey guys, how we doing? Sorry about that. We're doing a little. We're building an addition for my equipment. I'm going to call it my ghost cave. So, listen, guys. If you're going to build anything, what do you need? You need plans and guidelines, right? I'm Tim Martin-Wine. I'm the long-haired ghost hunter, member of War Party Paranormal, and author of Ghost Hunting Getting Started. Here with your tip of the week. Now, this week we're going to talk about guidelines for a successful investigation. Now, I know teams have guidelines. I hope some would consider moving these 4 up to the top of the list. Okay. 1, if you go into a location for the first time, be nice, show some respect. You know, introduce yourself, say please, say thank you for your time. It's going to go a long way so you can build a better connection for that investigation or maybe future investigations. 2, very important. Don't play raw evidence for a client, especially EVPs. It's just not fair to them. I'll tell you why. We've found out over the years we've been doing this that when you go into a new location, you're going to get some weird EVPs. You're going to get a lot of inaudibles. And a lot of those inaudibles are going to be like loud and really on top of the mic, like screamers, like rah, rah. Now imagine this: you walk up to the client, you play him your EVP, and then you go, you know, we'll be in touch in a few days after we look at the evidence. What are they going to think about for those 3 days you're out? They're going to think, what's going on in my house? So for me, I just take it off the table from the get-go. I'll tell the client, I say, listen, I'm not going to play you any evidence tonight. The reason is that it's not fair to give you a little snapshot of the big picture. Now, you remember evidence is audio, video, pictures, experiences from the team, responses from the equipment. A lot goes into evidence. But I'll tell the client, I'll go, listen, but I will keep you in the loop while we're reviewing it. Okay? 3, most important, utmost, don't make up evidence. Don't embellish it. It's really not worth it. Because in this field, credibility is everything. Okay. I mean, you can do an investigation and not get nothing. And that's fine because it happens. But you can always walk up to the client and say, listen, we really didn't get anything, but I want to help you. So if you can keep a log for the next week or so about, you know, activity, the type of activity, the time frame, you know, we can be coming at the wrong time. We may have to shift the time frame of the next investigation, the follow-up. Because at the end of the day, you want the client to know that you did everything possible to find answers for them. Okay. And 4 has to do with evidence. Now, when you're downloading evidence and reviewing it, the client's waiting for answers. Okay. So remember that. So don't sit on the evidence. Try to get through it as fast as possible. Now, you can piecemeal stuff. As long as it's honest evidence, you can always call the client and say, listen, we got a couple EVPs we're interested in, but we're waiting for video. Okay. Remember, keep the client in the loop, not in the dark. All right, guys. That's your tip of the week. If you guys have any tips you want to share or expand on, please write in the comments because I think we can always grow together. So I'm Tim Martin-Wine. You can find me at longhairghosthunter.com, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. The book, Ghost Hunting Getting Started, is on Amazon. Okay. Next week, we're going to start getting into the investigation. So tune in. It's a great show, guys. Keep it going. And thank you for tuning in. And we will see you next week. Thanks.
All right. So before we continue on the New River Inn, I just want to let people know that you can go and
thank you, Tim, by the way.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. Thanks a lot. Awesome job. I just want to let everyone know that you can be a subscriber to the KGRA digital network. It's not only our show, if you don't know, but there's some other great shows there. There's Father Bishop Long, right? Bishop Long.
Yes.
He was on Ghost Adventures. He has his own show there. They do stuff on UFOs, cryptid, Bigfoot, all kinds of stuff.
And there's Dead Air, which are awesome. They had us on our show. We were on the show with them with Cody and Satori Haas.
Yep.
So that was pretty neat. They have a really good show going on, so check them out as well.
All right, so we're going to get into the New River Inn. So basically what I mentioned before, if you guys weren't listening or just joined on, that the New River Inn is the first luxury hotel that was built in downtown Fort Lauderdale back in 1907, and it's super haunted. And it's part of the History Fort Lauderdale Museum. And what we get in there is we also get Lulu, which also likes to go in all three buildings.
Even outside, even reports of her hiding in the trees and playing hide and seek and things, and people seeing her outside.
Well, there's like an old district there, and there's like a bunch of old bars and restaurants, and people say they seen her like in the alleyway. Like I've heard stories about that, so that's pretty interesting. But also, not only her, but you got the owner, Bryant. He haunts the place. A train conductor, like wearing like an old cowboy hat and like a coat and boots. I've seen a shadow figure there, so that's pretty crazy. Other than like, you know, like EVPs and stuff, like has anyone ever seen or felt anything physical there? I know for me it was that one shadow figure down the hallway.
Physical, yeah. I've felt
touched, seen shadow figures,
touched all of it, you know, touched all the time. This past Saturday, actually, me, Jenny, and Armando were doing EVPs in this one room, and Jenny and I both saw like a black ball just shoot across the wall. I was like, "Did you see that?" She's like, "Yeah, totally saw that." Described it before I even said anything.
So I'm going to play some EVPs, and then we'll go into some clips of our Estes session. I don't know. Like last Saturday night, everyone was telling me like, holy crap, this happened here and this happened there. Like Ernesto, Armando, you guys like anything like you've seen or experienced or felt? Like we felt that all that heaviness and anxiety right off the bat up on the third floor, right, Mike?
Yeah, we did, you and I, as we talked about in the beginning. But during the Estes method that we did at the New River Inn, I don't know if you got the clip of this or not, but Armando, didn't something touch your wrist?
Yeah, while we were doing the Estes, we got we ended up getting a message come out from Jenny when she was doing the Estes. After I got touched in the wrist, Mike, you saw me getting touched, and you asked who touched Armando's wrist. Jenny, during the Estes, said, "It's me."
And then you got an EVP. It said your name during the Estes.
Yes, so I did get an EVP where it goes, Armando, look
I'm gonna play
down
that one.
on the ground.
That one. That's crazy.
Real quick, guys, just so you know, when as we're talking about it.
Oh, tell them what it is.
Yes, we did. We tried a new experiment for us.
Changed it up.
We changed it up a little bit. We had actually 3 people doing the Estes method with each of their own headphones, blindfold, and SB7 sweeping at 150 milliseconds on FM. So it was Joe, Eric, and Jenny, and all 3 of them at the same time, back to back. And I was kind of walking around with my camera, filming, asking questions, and so was Armando. And that's what we did in the big room that has a stage in it now, which used to be the women's club.
Not only that, we had laser grid up. We had millimeters, REM pods surrounding us when we were sitting in the middle.
Oh, and I had the tripwire.
Oh, the EMF lights, the tripwires.
Yeah. Tripwire. I recommended that we get tied up with that, but Mike didn't want to do that.
So I took the tripwire and we looped it around, all 3 of them on the floor. And there was a couple times I got it on camera. Like I said, we were kind of going through footage quickly, so I don't know what we got and what we didn't get that came into the show. But we had a couple of the lights. Each one of those on the tripwire, each light is its individual EMF detector, and it's tuned the same as the millimeter. So we've seen it a couple times where it went from one light to the next one to the next one. You know, so like as energy passed, it would light up each individual sensor. Pretty wild stuff.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna play that EVP. Right when we're doing our
Scotty just corrected me. I'm sorry. It was the men's smoking room is where we were. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Scotty.
All right, let's play this EVP and then we'll go into us three like doing the Estes. Here we go. That's freaking crazy.
That's
right?
Good one.
Yeah.
What was on the ground?
It was telling me look down
tripwire
on the ground, and then you hear me right after it says on the ground. I go, oh, because I'm looking down and the tripwire had just gone off in between Jenny and Joe.
Man, that's awesome.
It was insane. It was insane. It was like telling me right before he did it.
Yeah, crapping your pants.
Totally. I don't know if you remember, Mike, when we were in I think it was the women's club room or whatever it is. The
smoking room.
The smoking room. The door was opening. We had no idea.
No, that was the women's history.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Yes.
And then that was great. And we didn't notice. We didn't hear anything, but the door did slowly start to open by itself. And the only reason why we figured out that it was open was because it was dark in there, pitch black. And then we just slowly started seeing light coming in more and more. We're like, the door's just open. Like, it opened. It's like,
everything's intelligent. It's not like random things happening.
Yeah.
All like related. It's pretty crazy.
I noticed you noticed the light coming in. You look over and you said, and I kind of noticed it, but I didn't really think anything of it at first. But and we tried it. We went and debunked it. We went over to the door and we shut it. And that thing is, it's an old building from 1905. And it did not want to open. You have to forcefully open it.
Force it open. That's right. And then, unfortunately, we were packing up our stuff, and we weren't filming at the time. We were getting ready to head outside, or go to another room. And we heard that knocking on that same door. And then, we looked around. I walked back and forth, in and out, just to see if it was like the floor creaking or if it was some kind of movement that I made with my feet when I was walking in and out. And we debunked that, and it was a solid 4 or 5 just knocks. And immediately when I heard the first one, I looked because I knew exactly where it was coming from. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we didn't see anything move. I didn't, it was just these 4 or 5 knocks. And unfortunately, we didn't get any of that on camera.
It was as we were packing up.
It was as we were packing up, but it was definitely a cool experience, something to share with you guys.
Well, we were hearing knocks on the 3rd floor, before it even got dark. Remember?
We were hearing stuff from the beginning there. But I was thinking, I don't know if you noticed, in those doors, there's also a big space between the top of the door and the actual door frame. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't be like if it would be an AC coming on doing a vacuum suction thing. It would not happen. So if the door opened up, the door opened up. It's I just wanted to make that comment. It would not create that vacuum suction when the AC comes on.
And you're correct. Yep.
All right, so let's go to the next clip of the Estes, and this is sort of pretty cool. The 3 of us responding at the same time. Here we go.
Can you tell us the color?
Get out.
No, we're not going to get out. Not just yet.
In a minute.
Can I help?
Yes, you can help us by telling us the color.
No.
Joe.
Hurry.
Wait. Give up.
I'm not going to give up. We're not going to leave. I'm not going to scare us out of here.
Good, Mike.
Don't get me.
Big baby.
We need you.
What?
History.
They called me a big baby. They said, get Mike.
Hey, did that stream okay? Did that video stream okay? Because it seemed like it was breaking up on my side.
It was all right.
No, it's good.
Okay, cool. All right. better on my side than your side.
What do they call
In that video, you can see the tripwire, the colors going off by Joe's foot. So it was a good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool to like be doing the S session and like other things going on too, getting EVPs, getting devices going off.
You guys literally said my name 10 times.
I know.
Michael, get out, leave, Mike. I was like, what in the world is going on here? I said, I was like, no, I'm not going to leave. I want you to answer these questions, you know?
Yep.
And it was pretty wild.
So this next clip is taken with Mike's new baby.
Big baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big baby.
I'm jealous. I need to get a camera like that. I will soon. I promise. But I'll let you guys see this clip.
I'll let you use it.
All right, cool. Film me. You got to film me all the time now.
He'll
Don't
loan
film
it.
anyone else.
I told you.
You told me what? Tell me again.
Eric.
The lights down here keep flickering too.
We get EMF over here as well.
Nice. REM pod action.
Yeah.
Yeah, the REM was going off. The millimeter was going off.
Yeah.
There
wasn't even
the
one
tripwire
device.
was going off, and there's no reason that tripwire could go off. I mean, what kind of electromagnetic field could be coming from their feet? You know, I mean, that, and it went in order. You know, a couple times, like 1, 2, 3, boom. It was wild.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch the Estes session. I had to bail out a little early, which leads me to tip of the week for me: bring a snack pack because you're hungry. You're gonna get hungry on these investigations, and you're gonna get a headache, and then you're gonna want to leave early. So
Where's my snack pack?
You need to suck it up. I felt the same way.
Snack pack.
There's no eating and ghost hunting.
Oh yes, there is.
It's when Scotty comes, she brings the.
Oh yeah,
Scotty.
That's why we're all hungry and irritable.
The cookies and the brownies.
Having Scotty bring us brownies and cookies and stuff.
Yeah, we go get 5 EVPs, go grab a cookie, go back to another EVP.
Remember when we ordered pizza to Gold Coast? We had a pizza guy deliver pizzas to a haunted location. That was
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Like, what time do they close? Now, go.
Go get it. We had Tim go get it. I think that's what happened.
Scotty, that's not the only reason we miss you. It's not just for your treats.
No, it's not.
Miss you.
It's for your tricks.
All right, so let's go to the next clip, which shows a different device going off.
Devices. By touching them. Oh, just like that. Thank you.
That was on response. So that was cool.
Nice.
Right?
That's always, I can never get enough of that. I love it. Like when you could say, can you touch that? And it intelligently responds. Or if it's going off crazy and you could say like, make it stop, and it stops.
Mm-hmm.
That's just amazing to me.
And then how about when Joe and Jenny said the same response? Let's play that one.
Show us that you're here. I'm standing. You're standing where? Can you come up to me and touch my hand?
No.
Hear that in the beginning? That's sort of like
same response, same time. Different SB7s. Different spirit boxes.
Yeah. And they all start at a different time too. It's not like we can sit there and synchronize.
Right,
Okay, we're gonna hit
exactly
the same station, you know.
Now, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like just like Joe said, when you start it, it's gonna be on a random channel and it's gonna be on a different spectrum, you know.
Oh yeah, you can't like sync them up together. Like
exactly.
If you can, tell me, because that seemed like that would be impossible, right?
No, the only way to do that would just use one SB7 with splitters and see if people hear the same thing. But that defeats the purpose. The whole
we
point.
all had our individual ones.
Exactly.
Yeah. But okay, so like out of the three of us that were involved in this experiment, Joe's the sensitive one. Well, I think Jenny's a little bit sensitive, but Joe's like very sensitive.
Jenny's sensitive too.
Yeah, Jenny's sensitive as well.
Okay. Yeah. But Joe got a little bit overwhelmed. Like, Joe, I want you to like start telling people like real quickly, like from the big, because we did it for like what, 20 minutes? Like real quickly,
about 20 minutes, I think.
Like how it started, like what you were sensing, what you were feeling, and then like to the end where like you look like you had to get out of there. Like you're just out of it.
For me, it felt like it went on, it lasted about 3 minutes.
3?
Like like it was, for me, it felt like it was super, super quick. I got to a point that, you know, especially when I do it, I get a lot of visuals with it. And I was seeing all sorts of like weird stuff. I saw this man, like an older man. I saw at one point, it looked like a surgeon. Like it was like a surgeon in a room, and there was like something on a table. I don't know if it was a person or if it was, I think I described it. It looked more like a pig. Like, I don't know, weird, like on the side or something. And at one point I didn't call it out. I saw my brother. Like I saw like my brother sitting at a table. Like it was just really.
Hey Joe,
really
I hate
weird.
to interrupt you, but we're going to be signing out of the KGR. I'll let you get started real quick, but I just got to say real quick, is that we are going to be signing off the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. But if you want to, we're still going to go on. We're still going to keep rolling. And if you want to still see us and you're not on the other,
if you're not listening to us being broadcasted via the KGRA, we're going to sign off to everybody and say thank you for joining in and listening. But you could still follow us and watch us live on the social media networks.
Yep. And that's More Party Paranormal,
the KGRA,
Paranormal,
YouTube,
Facebook, and YouTube.
Yeah.
Continue, Joe. Sorry for being interrupting.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So like, I just was, I remember at a point like just being like totally silent, and it was just because there was stuff coming through, but I was so focused on the different scenes that I was seeing because they were just so vivid, and they were. It looked like they were just coming like one after another. It was really weird, and like I felt like I was there, but I felt like I wasn't there. Like it's like, I don't know, it was weird. And then like when we finally got out of it, I literally as I took off my blindfold, and I just got hit with like this like crazy rush of like emotion, and like I I kept it together, but man, like I felt like crap after that. Like I just felt so drained of my energy. I had to get out. I was like, I need to get out of this place.
I mean, me and Joe investigated a bunch together for a while. We're personal friends as well, and I knew something was up, and that's kind of why I was like, Joe, you all right, buddy? And then I just kind of knew you just kind of need your space, so I just kind of walked away and let you go. I mean, you look pretty shooken up there.
Yeah, no, I it's weird too, because earlier in the night I had another. We were doing EVPs, me, Armando, and Jenny, and I literally, as soon as I had walked into the room, I just started getting this fogginess and like pressure in my head, and then I just started getting like nauseous. Like I thought I was gonna. Like I felt like I was gonna throw up. I had to walk out. Armando
had like a coughing attack, right?
We were having a coughing attack.
Yeah. So Joe. It already started off bad. Joe, he just did not look himself. The three of us are doing EVPs, and then Joe's already cold sweats like profusely. I had this coughing attack that like I had to go. I had to leave the building. And even like Mike and Ernesto, they're like, "Hey, are you okay?" And they see my eyes watering, like I cannot stop coughing. And Jenny had a dry mouth.
Really severe dry mouth.
We come back, we gather ourselves together, come back, we start doing the EVP sessions again. And Joe ended up finding out that the spirit had a consumption, right?
Consumption, which is tuberculosis.
Consumption.
Yeah. I asked, did you have consumption? And the response we got on the EVP was, yes. My doctor told me. Like, it was like weird, like crazy. And then Armando asked a question. Something came through, but it was kind of garbled. And then Jenny asked, did you have emphysema? And the response we got was no, consumption.
The consumption.
Like, we got validation on two answers. Like, it was awesome.
And guess what? When we Googled the symptoms of tuberculosis, the 3 things that came out: dry mouth, cold sweats, and constant coughing. That's exactly what we experienced.
Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they also said, like, you know, that our area, South Florida, actually in the early days also got hit with the yellow fever pretty heavy as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think they had some similar side effects as well.
Yeah, and throughout the South, really.
But nothing stops El Puma. Nothing can bring him down.
No, I keep going.
Hey, Joe,
hose me down with holy water, and I'm good to go.
I texted you last night, dude, and I was like, hey, at one point I was looking at you and you didn't look right. And I didn't say anything to you then, and I had no idea that you were feeling awkward before that, or, you know, even after that. Yeah. But, you know, we were about to do an EVP session. I happened to just kind of glance at Joe, and you didn't look yourself.
And that's when we were in that men's smoking room earlier, before we did the Estes session. I had sat down in a chair on the stage, and I was like, man, which was after that first EVP where we got the consumption thing. It was after that, and I started feeling like the same thing. I started feeling just nauseous. And
that was the second time.
Like, yeah, it's like, damn, dude, like, here we go. Like, it's happening again. So it just throughout the entire night. But I think during the Estes is like when it all culminated and everything just, I think I got multiple things hit me at one time, and it was just hard to keep together.
And like it's like almost pretty much a guaranteed fact that we're going to get something there. It's like pretty crazy. But what I do want to do is I want to show some more footage, and I think I know where we're going to lean to on which location, but we'll save that till the end. But this is a pretty cool EVP, and this is the same room where we were doing that Estes session.
What?
Eric? Is that Eric?
That was a woman saying Eric.
That was Eric.
Play it again.
Play it again. Eric, clear as day.
Yeah.
Eric, clear as day.
Yeah.
Eric, clear as day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll show another name calling.
They love you.
Call everyone's names. So not only the third floor, but there's 3 levels there, and even like the second floor in the middle is pretty active. And actually, Jenny, Joe, and Armando got something pretty cool in the museum part where they have like a history part of the Seminole.
The Seminole.
I'm gonna play that one.
Are there any spirits here with us? Both Jenny and Joe had a vision of this particular room. Is there somebody calling them to come here? Are you male or female?
I just gotta.
Yes.
Come back.
What was the last thing? Come back.
That's very creepy, right? I'm waiting to see one of those mannequins like start moving.
Like
when we left, the cat balls that were there, they both went off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we didn't catch it in that video, but yeah.
Remember when you guys were walking out, I had a camera static in that room, and those were my 2 cat balls there. So I can go back and check and take a look at that.
Yeah.
But I watched a lot of that. It's hard because it was hours of staring at those 2 mannequins, so I just kind of skimmed through. I didn't have time to. But there was also a point when you guys were doing that same session that I caught on my camera, when it said it told you when you guys were looking for us. You said, "Are they in here?" And you guys were looking for me and Ernesto.
Yeah.
And you got a response that said, "Go to the bathroom."
Oh yes, go to the bathroom to the right.
Me and Ernesto were in that bathroom.
In the men's bathroom.
What were you guys doing in there?
We were doing an EVP session.
Oh, I thought you were doing something else.
No. And
it's okay, we're on YouTube now.
But I thought it was kind of
there's poo-poo sessions.
Yeah.
I just thought it was crazy because you guys were like, "All right, are they in here?" No, and then you do an EVP session and it tells you go to the bathroom, and we were in the bathroom.
Well, tell them why we went to the bathroom. What did you see that led us to
go? We just don't stop. If we have to go to the bathroom, we're still investigating.
We're doing
Oh, you guys were going to the bathroom.
Those are EVPPs.
That's the perfect acronym for that.
So we were in the other room right next to the other side of where you guys were. You guys were in the room with the seminal room. Then the bathrooms are in the middle. And then you have a tribute to Rossioli shipyard that the owner passed away, and there's some stuff in there.
I didn't know that. Rossioli?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's some model boats in there and stuff. It's actually really cool.
Oh wow. Interesting.
And we were in that room and we were doing a portal session, and in the corner of my eye, we shut the lights off, but the hall lights were still on. So I'm sorry, I just got distracted by one of the comments. EVPP. Nice one. And
you're welcome.
So we're
put it on a shirt. Put it on a shirt.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go, Tim. That's a shirt idea for you.
No, that's trademarked by Joe Hunskos Inc. Okay, so
there you go.
I'm kidding.
Charles is going to own that one.
Am I good?
Good.
Yeah, go for it.
So
oh no, that threw me off too. Sorry.
Yeah, I got a little sidetracked there. But Ernesto and I were doing a portal session there, and the lights were off in the room that we were in, but the hall light was still on. So you seen like this light coming in through the other door, right? And I saw as if somebody was to walk right by the door and block out the light like a shadow, just kind of do like one of those numbers. Mm-hmm. So, but there was no people up there. There was nobody up there. That place echoes. You can hear a footstep from the other room, for sure. And as soon as I saw that, I told Ernesto, I said, "Dude, I just saw something. Like I saw something block the light, a shadow, no lie." And that's when I went out to investigate, walked out there, checked, and then we ended up going towards the bathroom. I said, "Let's go in here and do an EVP. It's quiet and see what we can catch."
You want to hear my favorite EVP from that floor? It's adjacent from that bathroom. You know that little, like, you go up the stairs and then you make a left and then make immediate left into that room?
The room you did not like, Armando.
Well, they all have mine.
Dude, I took 2 steps in there, just EVP, no. Just for the heck of it. Yeah. Just screams. Just screams.
Yeah.
Like, all right, we'll leave you alone.
Too in that bathroom, right? The bathroom.
This was like last fall. Listen to this one. Check this one out. You guys probably seen it.
Okay.
Oh, this is the room then.
No, it's the mannequin.
Oh yeah, they'll do that to you. I do feel 5. I feel it like stronger back here, right?
Yeah, I think it might
right here in this corner. Like this is where I'm picking up on like the heaviness. Yeah. Like right.
Hear that?
Nice.
So
That's pretty cool.
I just
I
want
want
to
to say shout out to the homie Franny wearing matching hats as the mannequin.
Right? Like a trigger object.
I almost got a little seasick there on that video.
Don't be hating on the hat.
Oh, you know what?
What?
In that same room, I captured something on one of my static cameras.
That's right.
And I didn't tell you guys this because I wanted to be a little surprise for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Ernesto, remember we went up there and we put the camera static in that room facing the quad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. With the with that REM like right in the middle, right?
Yep.
Is that the same room and the cat balls and all?
Yes. So I went back and watched the video and I stumbled across this.
Oh, wait. Wrong one.
I didn't stumble across that. How about that?
Did you hear that footstep?
Yeah, go back. Do it again.
Want to play again?
You hear like
something.
that.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
That was a good catch.
That
So
was
Mike, tell
awesome.
him tell him the situation with those lights. What kind of lights are those?
so those lights do it is a museum and they're motion sensor switches.
No one was on that floor.
So when you walk into the room, the lights turn on for to save power or whatever because it's a museum. So
Nobody walked in.
nobody walked in. There's
That
light
camera was facing the only door that somebody would walk in from, right?
So yes, as you see the arch like this, here, put me up there full screen for a sec. Oops, that's not me. Here I am. So like you can see like the arch like this, right? This side is where the door is, and that's where the switch with the motion sensor is pointing outward. You would see anybody that walked into that room that would trigger that motion switch.
And you heard something in the background too. I'm gonna play it again. Let's play it one more time.
I'm gonna turn up the volume. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, you hear that footstep clear as
Yeah,
day.
you hear the shuffling.
See the two doors?
Yeah.
That's where the motion switch is. Facing the table.
Sorry, wait one more time. I'm trying to hear for the shuffling or the footstep.
All right, but real quick. Oop.
Yeah, I definitely heard something.
What was that?
Yeah,
I
I
think
heard
that
that
was
too.
people talking downstairs.
Okay.
Okay.
But that was pretty wild. So both locations, the King-Cromartie House and the new Verin, we've had lights turn on and off by themselves.
Yeah, crazy. Like everything happens. Like
It's a one-stop
it's like
shop.
everything that you want to happen, it happens.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy.
And
probably one of my
that's
favorite places.
stuff like that is why it's even when we're doing like events and stuff, like why we like to stick our static cameras out just all over the place to see if we come across anything.
Yeah,
for sure.
Good call on that one, man. I had a feeling we were gonna catch something with that.
Yeah, definitely.
There might be more stuff there. It's just hours and hours and hours.
Yeah. Hey, but most of these clips are all from last Saturday night. So everyone that's here that helped out, thanks. I mean, appreciate that. Got that to me quickly.
Yeah, we all pitched in. Everybody went through their stuff and pitched in and reviewing evidence, and that was awesome.
Party Paranormal Research. Need help in South Florida? You give us a call. We'll help you.
Hell yeah.
All right, so let's bring up Tim. You ready, Tim?
Tim,
wake up.
Okay.
What's happening?
Where's your hat?
I was sweating. I don't wear a hat too often. That's why I have all this hair. I've
Justin
learned that.
T, you and Bill definitely have to come down here. It's right in the heart of downtown Fort Lauderdale. Great place to hang out after we go ghost hunting. So hit us up.
Come on down, man. Great show, everybody. Yeah, that place is crazy. The school was nuts.
Definitely.
We didn't get to the school because the school was just crazy.
Yeah, I think that's almost a whole episode in itself.
Yeah. I mean,
crazy active.
You see, we're lucky because a lot of these places that we investigate and do events for, it's not just one building. Like,
no, it's multiple.
History Fort Lauderdale has 3 buildings. Old Davies Schoolhouse
All
has
active.
3. And then Yesteryear Village is in a village it's like a haunted village. It's crazy.
It's like 10, 15 houses. And
for me, it's the Disney World of ghost hunting. I mean, that's where you want to go. That's where you'll stand in line for all the rides. I mean, you'll wait an hour to get into one building.
But the school's amazing because it's a replica. And it's just amazing that it's that.
Yeah.
The first when I went there the first time, I was shocked how active it was. So I was there one day by myself, and I was it was crazy. It was getting EVPs. I mean, we got the name Ivy on an EVP for Ivy Stranahan.
Yeah.
So for replica, it's crazy how active it is.
You know, in the Cromartie house too, during the SS session, Joe said Cromartie.
Yeah. I remember that.
And the thing is with the schoolhouse is I think a lot of the artifacts that are there, like there's a lot of old schoolhouse items.
So it is a replica, but it was built on the same property.
Yeah, I think some of those pieces might be attached to stuff.
But what happens is there's a lady who buys all that stuff, antiques her brains out, and she knows a lot of old families. So she gets a lot of stuff that's handed down from the actual families. So there could be attachments. So, but everybody there is great. And, they're very proud of the hauntings, too. So it's just an amazing place to go to.
Yeah. Real quick, let me give a shout out to Scotty, our co-founder, our mother hen. Kicks us in the ass when we need it.
Our brownie lady.
We love you. And she's on here checking us out. Just want to give her a shout out.
Yes. We love you, Scotty.
I forgot. If I didn't mention in the tips, if you guys are in South Florida and you think you have any activity, contact warpartyparanormal.com because we have all experience in the world.
Right down.
And we have
down there.
The banner.
We have the most seasoned investigators, and we don't charge for investigations. We're just there to find answers for you guys.
So let's get down to the nitty gritty. So going clockwise.
I would say let's ask each person.
Which is your favorite? Which you think has the most activity? Which do you think is the most haunted out of those 2 buildings, the Cromartie House or the New River Inn?
So let's start this way, right? So I'll go first.
Oh, I thought we were going the other way. All right, no worries.
What?
Mike, go first. Go ahead.
Go first. Go.
All right. I'm gonna say a tie. I'm gonna say tie. I'm not gonna be able to pick one. I think they're both extremely active, and they're both awesome to me.
Okay. And Tim?
I think they're both equally active. It's just Cromartie, you can get a lot more confirmation. What you get, like the little girl Lula and things like that. But the New River Inn just shocks you all the time. I mean, in every, like the boat room, the Seminole room, there's something in all those rooms all the time. So equally, they're just both amazing places.
Armando?
Mr. 305.
He's frozen.
305.
ED. It's Max Headroom.
Was he breaking up?
Yeah.
Okay. We can come back to him.
He sounds like he's like doing an order in Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Puma, it's your turn.
God. It's really tough, man. But I've been really affected in both of those places, especially doing the Estes, and gotten, even on my SD25, gotten a bunch of awesome EVPs in both locations. For me though, I say New River Inn is the most. That place, there's something about that place, man. Every time I walk into that place, it's something new. And I don't know. It's like getting stronger. I feel maybe as it gets to know us better.
It seems like every time we go there, it gets more active lately.
Every time it's more and more active. Like this time we got that that on camera. That's freaking awesome. I mean, we got that last time at the Cromartie House, but there's something about that building, man.
Yeah, definitely. And our rock star, Mr. Modern Mimes.
If we're just sticking to all the evidence that we got this past Saturday, I would more than likely go with the New River Inn, just because I feel like we got a lot more stuff there. However, since we've been there, to both locations, both parts a few different times. There was one time that in the Cromartie House, I was in the kitchen with a few other people. I think JP was there, and maybe Tim might have been there too. I was getting touched like for a while, and I could feel like the static on my arms for like a good solid couple minutes. But like I said, if we're just basing it off the evidence that we got this past Saturday, I think the New River Inn takes it.
Yeah, the kitchen back there is pretty hot. It's always hot.
It is. Yeah. I always think about that. That kitchen's got something, just because the experience that I've had in there.
I think
even in the patio, gotten EVPs out back.
Yeah, it's noisy.
Patio.
But I mean, the first night we ever went there, we didn't know this, but we got the name Brian, Class A EVP, and then we're out wandering around and we realized the building next door is called the Brian House.
Yeah.
But we got the name Brian in the kitchen.
All right, so let's get back on the rails here a little bit. Eric, you're next. What is your hypothesis?
I must say it's a tie. I'm agreeing with you. I mean, I can't pick one. I like them both. I mean, even with the evidence.
So I said tie. Tim said
tie.
Eric said tie. And then we got Joe that said New River. And we got Ernesto. What was yours, Ernesto?
New River as well.
New River.
Let's do this. So whoever
we need a tiebreaker.
No, wait. Whoever's on the chat that's on our team, the next one that answers which one they think was the most haunted, that place wins. So I'm waiting.
Great idea. Let's ask the guest for the tiebreaker.
Who's going to be quick on the draw? 305 Paranormal, Supernatural Eye, Scotty.
Oh, we got Charles. It's a tie.
Charles says it's a tie.
Yeah, he was at a guest last Saturday night.
He got some great pictures and videos that he sent me. I got to upload.
Yeah. All right,
Cromartie,
the winner. There you go.
Nice.
Senora 305. You broke the tiebreaker.
Awesome.
It's, that place is, and going back to what Tim was saying too, the kitchen in there, Tim, Eric, Ernesto, and I were all in there, and we broke out the obelisk. And do you guys remember what it was saying? And
about
the obelisk in the kitchen in the Cromartie.
Was something about cookies or something like that?
We were getting, as soon as Tim said it on the stove, it said steamy.
Oh, steamy. That's right.
And then it said bake.
Bake. That's what it was.
And then it was just all kitchen related stuff,
But didn't it say a number?
Yeah, and then it said 7, and it's a museum, right? So each little artifact that was placed out there had a number sitting next to it.
Yeah.
And I said, so we got 7, and I go, all right, what's number 7? We started looking around, and number 7 was a cupcake tin,
Yeah.
And we started asking about cupcake tins, and we were doing EVP session. We're like, do you like chocolate or do you like vanilla? You know, and we got chocolate. It was wild.
Yeah.
So that kitchen is definitely hot as well, for sure.
Speaking of food, like right down the sidewalk is Tim. What's the name of the restaurant? Is it New River?
It's
wait.
There's some pizza place, New Wave Pizza.
No, there's a nice restaurant there. No. It's right on the river. It's right behind the New River.
Behind the New River Inn.
That's behind it.
Yeah, that place is haunted too.
Yeah, and there's
right,
a closed
the name
restaurant.
of it's right on the tip of my tongue.
I'd love to get that closed restaurant, but we got to work on that.
In there. Yeah, but the whole city.
I was just going to say that whole area for sure. Like even like that downtown area too. Like there's reports all over the place.
Just to let people know, like just down the street is another location that's haunted, and it's even older. It's called the Stranahan House. We're going to get in there soon, I promise. I'm working on it, but that William Stranahan was the guy who originally settled in Fort Lauderdale, and he had a general store there with his wife Ivy Stranahan, and she ended up being the first teacher ever in Broward, Fort Lauderdale, and taught in the 1899 replica schoolhouse. I've gotten her name in there. It's pretty wild. And I believe did you get it last night on the portal?
We did.
Okay. So yeah, you got that location. There was the Cooley Massacre, which that started the Seminole Indian War. Sheriff Cooley was the sheriff at the time, as one of his deputies killed one of the Seminole chiefs. And back then, there's a lot of shipwrecking involved offshore, a lot of shipwrecks, and people would go there and try to salvage stuff. And that's what the deputies did. And they left one time with Cooley, and the Seminole Indians attacked his plantation and slaughtered everyone. So there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on there.
And then that even leads to the House of Refuge, which there was 10 buildings up and down the East Coast that were set up, used for lookouts to help people that were shipwrecked. But there's just a lot of history here. A lot of history.
Yeah, definitely.
So one night,
I don't know. Real quick, I don't know if you guys know this, but the Cape Florida lighthouse, William Cooley and everyone escaped to the lighthouse, and then eventually going to Key West. So it's connected to that, and that place is haunted too. And it's right on the corner of the western official corner of the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, there's a marker there.
Back in that place. Yep.
But I remember one night I loaned an Ovilus to one of the guests, and he took it out to one of the covered parts outside. Where they have the weddings and things, the one that's right on the
gazebo,
yeah. And he said he showed me. It said drown and water. Right when he got there, he ran back over to show it to me.
Doesn't that have something to tie into the Stranahan house?
Yeah.
So that whole area is
haunted too.
Not even that. It has the two tied in with my first Estes session at the New River Inn, where I saw the woman that looked like she had drowned, the woman with the wet hair.
Oh, well, didn't Mr. Stranahan tie a chain
suicide
around his neck and tie it to a fence and threw it in the New River and killed himself?
Yep, right in front of the New River. I mean, right in front of the Stranahan house.
And it's a shame, we can't really get a lot of good EVPs at the bridge, but that bridge is they've had a lot of history. Yeah. I mean, I've tried it, and you just can't go to EVPs, but a lot of people have died.
Yeah, that's what people don't know this. If people don't know this, like during those times, like it was all like settled by Native Americans, the Seminoles, and they just blended in with the pioneers that came in there. So different times.
Tim, might be interesting to take a spirit box over there, or the portal, or your Devon's box.
Yeah, I mean we can. That would be that'd be good with headphones.
Yeah,
at least because that's the whole problem with that is just a lot of traffic and it's busy because people actually cross over there to head towards Stranahan.
Do it headphones.
Yeah,
and if it wasn't so loud, I would love to go to Fort Lauderdale Beach right there off of A1A's where the original Fort Lauderdale was. It was an actual fort, and they've found artifacts and stuff there.
There was three of them, 3 Fort Lauderdales, west, a mid, and an east.
Yeah.
Because they actually said by the school that was a playground. A lot of kids played out there, and we got stuff when we started asking about that too. Right by the
people
school.
have heard giggling.
Mm-hmm. So that whole area is active. It's a lot of history there. It's a cool place to go.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Fort Lauderdale is awesome. So you guys want to wind this down?
Yes, let's wrap it up and
let's let everyone plug themselves real quick.
Exactly.
Right, where do you want to start? Let's start with Ernesto. Let's go back the other way around.
Let's do this. Everybody go check out Modern Mimes, modernmimes.com, Google Modern Mimes. I am also EV Pious Paranormal on Instagram. You can find Modern Mimes on Instagram as well. And yeah, keep in touch. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Hey, thanks for coming, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Joe?
For new people watching, I'm Joe Torino, investigator with War Party Paranormal. You can find me on Joe Hunts Ghosts everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Pornhub.
That's it, Puma.
He's like a cat.
X free hugs.
Yeah. Damn, we're kicking off the shirts tonight, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, thank you, bro. Thank you for all your hard work and everything.
Thanks, Joe.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. Tim.
Hey, guys. LonghairGhostHunter.com, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. The book is at Amazon.com. Like I said, next week we're going to start getting into the investigation, so tune in for that. You guys did a great job tonight, and thanks a lot. We'll see you guys next week.
Hey, thank you. A great tip.
Thanks for all your work. Even in the investigations, you guys really bust your hump on the.
Thank you for your tips. Your tips are amazing.
Well, just
keep them coming.
Just yakking, man. But you guys do a great job on the investigations. The people love you. They just love the investigations. So come on out and check it out. You get to help the societies when you do it.
Yep.
Don't forget Ghostly Experiences too. Ghostly Experiences.
Paranormal Boot Camp.
Yeah.
It's not
teach you the right way how to do it.
.net. Yeah.
.net.
Yep.
But if we're doing a straight investigation like at Davie or something like that, or even a boot camp, all or part of the proceeds stay with the location. So come on and help the locations. Those people really bust their hump to keep that place historical and beautiful. All of them do. All the locations.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Thank you, Tim.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Armando.
All righty. So actually, one thing before I do a plug, since my mic got cut off, there was a full moon energy, so it was just, that's why I believe we got all that crazy evidence that we did that night. So I would have said Cromartie was beating New River in until Joe, Jenny, and myself had that crazy experience. So now I would call it a tie. But yeah, if you want to check us out, 305 Paranormal, Jenny, the beautiful one, and myself. We have a video going on the Cape Florida Lighthouse, working on that, and just working on some more videos. And thank you for having us on. All my War Party Paranormal teammates, love you guys. Take care.
He froze.
All right. Thanks, Armando.
Bye, Armando. Thank you.
And El Capitan.
El Capitan. Last but not least, I go by FLA, Paranormal Researcher, on social media. The easiest way to find my stuff is right here, www.flaparanormalresearcher.com. And that'll have links to my YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, all that fun stuff. And I appreciate everybody for joining and tuning in and staying interactive on the comments. And no, it was a blast. And we can't do it without you guys. And we appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for your support.
And I'm Eric, Ghost Hunter of South Florida. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'm team leader of War Party Paranormal. And you can find War Party Paranormal right down here. That's our website, warpartyparanormal.com, Facebook, Instagram, and of course YouTube, where you're watching us now. And yeah, I definitely want to thank everyone that's joined in. I appreciate all our fans that enjoy the show. Our goal is to try to make the next show better than the last one. So we're just going to get better. And then stay tuned for next Monday, like every Monday at 9 p.m. for War Party Paranormal Radio. And we're going to come up with something better than this one. So we're going to wrap this up. And you guys have a good night.
Guys, good night. Thank you.